You know, you got to say goodbye to those guys, and to me,
You
that's
know,
not a hard decision.
it's interesting. I got to, I've heard this the all off season, because as soon as the season ends, they start talking off season. To hear that the Vikings were 40 million over the cap blew me away. This was our first year without Kirk, and I thought, okay, we get out from under that. We certainly signed some guys, but I didn't think they'd blow out the doors and go 40 million over the cap. Doesn't that seem like a lot to do in 1 year?
It's another pebble of why Quincy's not here, is that your draft just continued to be thin and let you down, let you down, let you down. Pretty soon you get 4 years into where the draft, you're not sustaining yourself with the draft. You go out and you get your owners to pay $348 million on a lot of older guys, and you end up, it was kind of an all in, which it was like we admitted last year to how strange a year it was. It was like an all in year on, except for oops, your quarterbacks never played it down in the NFL. Other than that, they were ready to win the Super Bowl. Other than the fact their quarterback had never played a regular season game, so it was kind of a weird year in that you pushed all your chips to the middle, and you had this. Your main chip was JJ McCarthy. He wasn't ready for it, so that's created some problems with their cap. Now where it needs to, you just need to pick right young players. Otherwise, they are on the brink. This could snowball in where the Vikings are kind of a middling team where they make the playoffs, and then they're kind of an eight, even with Zimmer, 8-9 win team. Then you make the playoffs and 8-9. They keep going this way. They're going to be one of those. They're going to be picking first in the draft. They're going to be one of those 3-win teams, 4-win teams. If they don't, if they've got to replenish the shelf with younger, cheaper talent.
I was gonna say, we're so happy to hear that you took the cheese, because we all do. And now, but it really sounds like now that you took the cheese and then spit it back out, you didn't like the taste.
No, I didn't like that bar that came down around my head. But that bar didn't hit me on the head as hard as it hit the Wilf family on the head. They took the cheese. They should have spit it out in December, but they spit it out in mid January, and we were all confused about the timing of it. It's like, but.
You mean
to me, it had to be done. It should have been done earlier. You could have advanced the whole search for the GM, but it was done, and they had to do it. It's just period.
Do we put all of the blame, 90% of the blame, whatever, on Kwesi for where the roster's at right now, or the cap?
As much as I think the Wolves are, outstanding owners, and the fact that this NFLPA came out again, and I think they got A+ again, and all this. Ownership has to wear this a little bit, because Kwesi, some of us were looking at Kwesi on the first day he was hired and saying, and we were kind of accused of being old school and give it a chance. This is a breath of fresh air. No, to me, on that first day was just like, what